Hello, beautiful creatures. My name is Clay, and this is Self Healing Tarot. I'll be sharing messages with spirit that brings all deeper within ourselves. So, the messages I've already received for today are about waking up, seeing people and things for what they truly are, and not being afraid to be awakened. And as we progress and grow through these awakenings that we're experiencing, we have to learn how to protect ourselves through these awakenings because a lot of people won't understand what it is that you're seeing. You might try to speak on it and they give you pushback or they move away from you, and all of that is a part of the process. But at the end of the day, as we wake up and see things and people for what they truly are, we have to understand that sometimes we walk alone on these journeys. So, with that being said, we're going to get to the reading. What else do we need to know about the snake transformation? The snake. So, when you think about the snake sheds its skin. And so, as we're awakening, we're transforming into newer and better versions of ourselves, um, connecting to the snake with the shedding. We're shedding who we used to be, and we're becoming newer and better people. So the snake, and pull some tarot, dig a little bit deeper with this transformation and snake energy. So what else do we need to know about this transformation and snake energy? The sun. As we go through this transformation, the sun energy can be about the illumination of this transformation, us seeing how this transformation betters us, continues to open us up to all kinds of possibilities, being able to be flexible within our progress and our growth. The sun is also a positive card. The color yellow represents joy, blessings, just happiness overall. So at the end of the day, when we go through this snake and transformation energy, we are becoming better overall. We're in a joyous and happy state at the end of the transformation because now we see why we had to go through it. Now we see all the things that are being illuminated within our past, within ourselves, within the people around us, within our habits, our hobbies. And we know that things can only get better as we continue to transform. And transformations happen all the time. We're continuously growing and being better and progressing if that's what it is that we want. But if you're watching me, I'm sure that this is what you want within your life. What else, dude? Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords represents truth and clarity. In this card, she's holding an owl up there in her hand, and owls represent wisdom, knowledge. So she's holding the wisdom and the knowledge, and then in the other hand, she's holding the sword. So the sword represents truth and clarity. So we get the wisdom from the truth and the clarity. For an example, going back to the original message, as we awaken, we see things for what they truly are. And as we see things and people for what they truly are, we hold that wisdom. We carry that wisdom. And Queen of Swords is independent. So we hold that within ourselves and we don't allow anyone or anything to change what we know within what it is that we're progressing through with the transformation, the shedding of our skin, the shedding of our old selves. What else? The Knight of Swords. Again, she's holding that swords and moving fast with the truth and clarity, taking that truth and clarity and moving towards something. And we're going to see what it is that we're moving towards with this truth and clarity and the wisdom that we carry now through this particular transformation. So, what is it that we're moving back towards with the truth and clarity spirit? The hangman. So, with the hangman, moving fast towards enlightenment, moving fast towards being able to surrender to the truth and the clarity that we're receiving. Being able to sit with that truth and clarity. And in this card, there's sunflowers and a river that she's hanging over. And with that being said, being able to surrender to our intuition, our emotions that are connected to the water. The water represents our emotions. And being able to sit within our emotions. And the sunflowers represent the sun, again, illuminating what this truth and clarity brings out of us and surrendering to this truth and clarity within the transformation that we're going through, this particular transformation. Anything else, Spirit? All right. Then a page of swords. Again, a lot of swords. This is our mental spaces. So we're having transformations within how we think and how we think about others and think about ourselves. So the Page of Swords, as she holds the truth up in front of this moon, which again, the moon represents our emotions. As she holds this truth up in front of the moon, this is where we learn and grow and be curious about what this truth represents, connecting to our mental spaces and our emotional spaces. So, as we continue to transform and we see things and people for what they truly are, at the end of the day, we're the ones who hold the truth within ourselves. And we carry and learn and grow within that truth and transform within that truth. And we're able to move with the wisdom and the things that we're learning within the truth and clarity of the transformation of seeing things and people for what they truly are. I thank you all for being here with me today. I love you guys and bye.